Hey guys, it's Alicia with Huga Interiors. Today I'm going to show you how to tape and finish a join in a wall. You can see the wall just behind me here that we'll be using today in the demo. And I'll also show you how to tape an interior corner so you can square set your corners. If you happen to catch my last video, I did a plasterboard installation video. It was actually this wall right here. So as you can see, this wall is finished, sanded, it looks great, and you're going to learn how to do the same thing on this wall over here. The first thing that I like to do is measure and cut my tape before I get started. It's possible to cut it as you start plastering, but I think it's easier just to have the right size tape to begin with. Today we'll be using paper tape. I personally prefer paper tape to easy tape. I think it's a stronger product and I find that it doesn't crack as much as easy tape, so your wall or your ceiling ends up looking nicer for longer. You can use your plaster knife to cut the tape with, so let's get started.
Line up the paper tape with the joint. Cut the tape so it fits perfectly into the joint.
Now that we've cut our tape to size, we're ready to start finishing this join. So I've grabbed my hawk, I've grabbed my plastering knife, and I'm ready to grab some joint compound. I just put the joint compound on the hawk, and I work it a little bit to get the product ready.
Begin by applying a generous layer of joint compound to the wall joint. Ensure that the rebate is thoroughly coated with product. Line up the paper tape with the rebate. Distribute the paper tape evenly over the joint. Using your joint knife, apply even pressure to press the tape into the joint. Apply a layer of joint compound over the top of the paper tape, ensuring it adheres properly to the joint. I find it easier to break up long joints like this one into smaller, more manageable sections. Applying smaller sections of joint compound prevents the joint compound from drying out before you're able to adhere the paper tape. Paper tape won't adhere properly to dried out joint compound, so it's best practice to always use fresh product. As you can see, I always apply a layer of joint compound over the top of the tape, ensuring it's evenly coated. Once you feel that the first section of paper tape is properly adhered and coated, you can move on to the next section of the joint. You'll know that the tape has adhered properly to the joint when it won't budge when you push on it with your fingers.
Now that we've done the relatively easy joins, I'm going to show you how to do the relatively difficult join, which is the interior corner. So here is the paper tape. I've already cut it to size. I don't know if you can see this, but down the middle of the paper tape is a line that makes for easy folding. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that. Nicely folded, interior corner, ready to go.
Grab your joint knife, your hawk, and some joint compound. It's time to start taping your interior corner. I think it's easier to begin by applying dabs of joint compound with your joint knife, and then use your interior corner plaster tool to press and spread the compound down into the joint. You might prefer to apply joint compound entirely with the corner tool, but I find it more difficult to get an even layer of joint compound that way. Grab your pre-folded paper tape and gently press it into the corner, lining it up with a joint. Use your interior corner plaster tool to press and adhere the paper tape. As this corner is another long joint, I've tackled it in smaller, more manageable sections. Alright, I think you get the picture here, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through the rest of this corner so that way you can get started on your project.
Now that you've finished taping and applying your first coat of joint compound, you're going to wait about 24 hours before you apply your second coat, and then another 24 hours before you do your final top coat.
Thanks so much for watching my tape and plaster tutorial. If you thought it was helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'd also love to hear all about any DIY projects that you're getting up to. See you next time.